Hello students, welcome to Ashish Pulala classes. Today in the present lecture of Indian Constitution, I am going to discuss with you the next salient feature of Indian Constitution, in which we will see that what is the nature of polity in India. To know the Indian polity, we have to see the preamble. The preamble to the Constitution of India declares India to be a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic state. Now, what is the meaning of these terms? Now, let us discuss one by one. The term sovereign literally means the ultimate superior who recognizes no master and who does his function according to his own wish. And the term sovereign state means a country which have a defined territory, and in that defined territory it administer its own government. This sovereign state is not subjected to or dependent on another power. Our India is a sovereign state which is not subject to or dependent on another power. It administers its own government according to its own wish, although it is a member of a United Nations, but even then, the nature of Indian polity will remain to be the sovereign state, which is not subjected to or dependent on another power. The second nature of Indian polity is that India recognizes itself to be the socialist country. This term was added in the Indian Constitution by 42nd Constitutional Amendment. The term socialism is used in democratic as well as socialistic constitutions. If we see what is the meaning of socialism, then it has no defined meaning. But in general, socialism means a system under which all the means of production and all the means of distributions are state owned. That means to say, when ultimate superior is state and all the means of production and distribution are owned by the state, that is the meaning of socialism. But India does not go by the traditional meaning of the term socialism. So it is very important to know that what is meant by the term socialism in India. In India, it means a socialistic pattern of the society in which equal opportunities are provided to each individual for their progress. In India, the means of production and distribution are state owned as well as these are owned by the private individuals as well. The third nature of Indian polity is that India says itself to be the secularism state. What is the meaning of secularism? The term secularism means that state in India has no religion of its own. It doesn't mean that it do not recognize any religion, but it means that it treats all the religions equally. In India, if a person is a Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, or Christian, all are respected in India. In the matter of religion, the Indian state is neutral. It do not interfere in the matter of religion. The term secularism was added to the preamble by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976. And our Indian Constitution secure to all its citizens of India three types of liberty from the point of view of secularism. It secure to all the citizens of India liberty of belief, faith, and worship. The next word is democracy, What is the meaning of democracy? The term democracy is commonly used to mean such type of government which is selected by the people of the state, and this government is made for the welfare of the people of the state. The Indian constitution has given this right of democracy to every citizen who attains the age of 18 years, in which each individual or citizen can select their government by giving them the right to vote. And while conferring this right to vote, there is no discrimination between poor and rich. There is no discrimination on the ground of religion. There is no ground on there is no discrimination on the ground of gender. That means to say every citizen, irrespective of their religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth, can cast the vote in the elections. So, this is the fourth nature of Indian polity, in which India is made a democratic country. And last nature of Indian polity is that it recognizes India to be a republic state. What is the meaning of republic? The term republic means a state in which the supreme power rests in the people. That means to say, all the laws will be made by the people by selecting their representative or by selecting their officers. And this concept of republic is opposed to the one in which the state is governed by the king or similar ruler. So this is something about the present lecture. In the next lecture, we will discuss the next salient feature of Indian Constitution. So students, if you have not yet subscribed my channel, then subscribe my channel to get the notifications of next videos. So thank you, all of you. Subscribe my channel.